Dear friends, students, welcome to the IAS Mentor. You are watching the ethics case study series. The objective is to provide a comprehensive idea on how to approach the case studies. Today, in this episode, you are going to watch a particular case study where how ethics in public administration plays an important role. In fact, there's a specific topic that is given in the syllabus, ethics in public and private administration. How an administrator who is guided by ethical and moral values will perform whenever he is faced with certain ethical dilemma. That is this case study is all about. That's a central theme. We'll just quickly get into this particular case study. I'll briefly explain about this case study. The entire case is revolving around Ramesh. Ramesh is a senior state public service officer who is posted in the home department of that particular state, and the state is a border state. As per the case study, there is a lot of infiltration that is happening. So Ramesh is the director of the home department, where he has to especially check the illegal infiltration into the country, crossing from a foreign state into that particular Indian state. And Ramesh has got some intelligence input where he is knowing that there is a lot of illegal infiltration that is happening into India through that particular state. And therefore, he, in one of the surprise visit, finds that a family of 12 members are illegally migrating. Not only that, he found a family of 12 members are illegally migrating, he also found that it happens with the connivance of the officers who are posted there. And not only they help them to enter into the state, but they also help them in getting forged documents and let them stay in a specific part in the city. Now, Ramesh documents all these things and submits the report to the senior authority. But after, however, submitting such a report, the additional secretary of the home department summons him and conveys him to take back this particular report, as some of the higher authorities are not happy with this particular report. The senior authority even gives him a hint that if he fails to withdraw this particular report, his promotion, which is coming very soon, might be put at stake, and he may even be transferred from this particular posting. And personally, how this may affect Ramesh as per this particular case study, Ramesh also needs this particular posting in the city, because after a lot of years of service, now he is posted in the city. Now whose children who are adolescent, they are also doing their schooling there. And his mother is also ailing and she is getting treatment in one of the famous cancer institute in the city. So probably he has a reason to stay in the city. Now, under such a circumstances, certain directives are asked. Now, the moment you understand this particular case, the first thing that will have to come to your mind is definitely there are certain personal stakes for Ramesh to stay in the city. And at the same time, he wanted to perform the duties with professional integrity. And if he wants to perform the duty with professional integrity, as per the rules, as per the constitutional norms, he may have to pay some personal price. Now, this is a classic case of what is called as conflict of interest. A conflict of interest is where a person might personally benefit in performance of the professional duties. So therefore, somewhere he has to compromise his professional duties to get the personal benefit. If he doesn't compromise, then there can be a personal cost. So how is he going to ensure this conflict of interest is not happening, or which will he give priority? And the second important thing that is involved is, will Ramesh be able to show what is called as courage of conviction? Courage of conviction is acting as per your belief, acting as per your ethical and moral standards, even if others do not agree with that. So will Ramesh be able to show the courage of conviction? Now, people who display ethical and moral values in public administration, whose behavior is guided by ethical and moral values, will be able to prevent conflict of interest and at the same time show what is called as courage of conviction. So this is, I think, is a central theme of the entire case that you are going to discuss. And there are a lot of directives that is given in this particular case study. We'll just try to quickly go through these directives also. So first is, what are the various options that is available to Ramesh, and what options should you think that Ramesh should opt and why? So this is the other thing. Critically evaluate the options. What are the ethical dilemmas faced by Ramesh? What policy measures will you suggest? We'll quickly go through all those things. So whenever you read a particular case study, the first thing is you try to summarize the core theme in just 2 to 3 lines, 4 to 5 lines, whatever it is. Therefore, the examiner gets an idea, yes, you have got the understanding of this particular case study. So, I just given one introduction type of summary for this particular entire case study. The case revolves around the central theme, that is ethics in public administration, and also testifies Ramesh's ability to handle conflict of interest, because he is going to handle he has to handle the conflict of interest in performance of professional duties, and also his ability to display courage of conviction in the light of the challenges. So, both the things are to be tested in this particular case study. So, just bringing that, and all these vocabularies are going to enrich your answer. So, different case studies might have a different bit of vocabularies. So, you cannot give a lot of diversity in terms of the structure and all those things. It depends upon what directives is given. But where you can actually show the diversity is by giving these vocabularies. That is going to make a lot of difference in your answer. Now, just quickly come to the directives. Now, look into the directives and answer only to the directives. Nothing more than that is required. What are the different options available to Ramesh as the director of the home department of the bordering state? So, what are the various options? So, put yourself in Ramesh's position. What could be the possible alternatives? There can be number of options. Restrict to 3 to 4 directives. Some can be very appropriate, some may not be appropriate, but the possible directives. Okay, so you can do that. So, one is you can withdraw the report as directed by the superior authority. So directly withdraw it. So, there is no personal loss in this particular case. Refuse to withdraw the matter and escalate the matter to the higher authorities through proper channel. This is very important. So, whenever you escalate the matter, it has to be through proper channel as per the conduct rules of the organization. Or whistleblow the matter and seek protection under the Whistleblowers Protection Act. So, here you are also showing that you have the knowledge of the Whistleblowers Protection Act. So, this is how you'll have to bring in the constitutional dimensions, you'll have to bring in the legal dimensions into your answer. So, there is something which is called as Whistleblowers Protection Act that does protect the whistleblowers who are blowing the whistle in a public or a private organization, basically who are bringing out the corrupt practices. So, they are to be protected as per the Whistleblowers Protection Act. So, he can seek the remedy of the Whistleblowers Protection Act also. Request transfer and submit resignation. So, temporarily he can escape from the problem that he is facing. So, that is also possible. So, these are all possible options, but not all the options are appropriate. So, the question is asking you what are the various possible options. So, you just give the various possible options. Now, come to the second question. What option should Ramesh adopt and why? So, that means which is the most appropriate option and why do you think that could be the most appropriate option? So, in my opinion, and it has to come naturally from the options that you have already set. You cannot come out and give a new option which is not there, but probably if required you can combine one or two options. That is okay. That would be the best option, and you'll have to give the reasons also. Why do you think it is the best option? So, in my opinion, Ramesh should refuse to withdraw and escalate the matter to the higher authorities, because whatever he is doing is in line with his professional integrity. So, it is his duty to prevent that. So, that is what he is supposed to do. That is why he is being paid. That is what, as per the oath, he has taken to perform that particular duty. So, it is not only in line with professional integrity, it is also in line with the constitutional norms. So, therefore, Ramesh shall not withdraw the report. But if the senior officer is telling him to withdraw the report, probably he has to escalate that matter to the higher authorities through proper channel. That is very, very important. And if required, he can blow the whistle and seek protection under the Whistleblowers Protection Act. So, this is a very calibrated measure. You cannot just jump the gun. It's a very calibrated measure where he is first escalating the matter to the higher authorities, watching the response of the higher authorities, and if that things doesn't work out, if Ramesh feels that the higher authorities may not act on this particular matter, then probably he can escalate this further by whistleblowing this particular matter. He may even whistleblow this to the media, he may whistleblow it to the union government. So, all these things can be done, but only if the first level of action is not taken care. Now, why that would be the best option? The best option because it is in line with his professional integrity. It is in line with the constitutional norms. So, that is exactly what he is supposed to do. That is in line with the national security of our country. That is exactly what he is supposed to do. So, therefore, that could be the best option that Ramesh can do in this particular case. So, you do not have to discuss about the other options. Only the best option has to be discussed here as per this particular directive. Critically evaluate each of the options. So, this is again important. So, now they are asking you, you have given 4 options earlier. So, now you will have to critically evaluate all those options. So, here you can make a table. In a table column, you can do that. So, you can give the options. So, the first thing can be the options, and then you can discuss the pros and you can discuss the cons. Okay, so in this way you can discuss it. So let me just quickly take you to the options. We'll discuss the pros and cons. So first is withdraw the report as directed by the superior officer. So once you withdraw the report as directed by the superior officer, what could be the pros here? The advantage is you can take care of your family because you would continue to stay in the city. So no problem to your mother getting treatment and the children. You don't have to explain that. You can say that your personal interest is protected. So one line, personal interest is protected. Promotion might be guaranteed. But on the flip side, if you see the cons, it is not in line with professional integrity. You have not displayed courage of conviction. You have let go the national security of our country. So these are all the cons that you can say. Refuse to withdraw the matter and escalate the matter to the higher authorities through the proper channel. So this is in line with your professional integrity, the advantage. The pros line with your professional integrity, it is in line with national security. But the cons could be there's a personal cost. The personal cost is your transfer may be on the cards, your promotion may be withheld. So definitely you have to pay a personal price. And apart from that, there could be harassment by the senior authorities, probably. Though they are legal protection, you cannot completely eliminate all these things. So that is again a possibility. So these are all some of the personal cost. Whistleblow the matter to seek protection under the Whistleblowers Protection Act. Pros is you are bringing it to the media, so therefore it is in public forum. So therefore it can ensure what is called as accountability. But the drawbacks could be what? The drawbacks could be the reputation of the government, the reputation of the organization. Things could be delayed the moment you whistleblow it. So these are all the disadvantages of this. Request transfer or submit resignation. The only advantage is immediately you are relieving of the problem at hand. But in my opinion, there are a lot of cons. It does not serve any purpose. It does not serve your personal interest also because anyways you need a job to take care of your family. So it does not serve any of your personal interest. It does not display your professional integrity. It does not serve the national interest. So there are a lot of cons in this particular option. So this is I would say the least important option or the least appropriate option among all the other options. So try to analyze the pros and cons very briefly. So now come to the second last question. So what are the ethical dilemmas being faced by Ramesh? See, the primary ethical dilemma is revolving around the personal interest and professional duty. So on the one hand, there's a personal interest versus performing the duty with professional integrity. Personal interest to take care of oneself, his family, his mother. Professional duty to take care of the responsibility, preventing illegal migration. So professional duty versus personal response or responsibility. Second is again a conflict between what is called as personal responsibility versus national security, because if he is persisting with this particular matter, then there could be a personal cost, but at the same time he has to do it because he cannot let it go because there's a severe national security concern. And the third thing is how will he be able to manage the entire conflict of interest? So will he be able to manage a conflict of interest? Fourth dilemma could be whether to display the courage of conviction or not to display the courage of conviction. So courage of conviction is whether to act as per your belief and faith, even if your senior do not agree with this. So that is an ethical dilemma he has to overcome, because most of the times it is difficult to exercise courage of conviction, not only in public administration but also in your private life. In our private life also, many times we wanted to do certain things, but because of the pressure from our parents, friends, society, we may not do certain things. So this is again a very, very important thing. So these are all the ethical dilemmas probably he has to overcome. Now the last thing is UPSC is also trying to test you as an officer. So you'll have to think the solution for a particular case that is given. So what policy measures would you suggest to combat the means of infiltration of illegal migrants from the neighboring policy? First, you can say zero tolerance policy. That is very, very important. Absolutely no tolerance to illegal migrants or anybody who is helping the illegal migrants. So zero tolerance policy. Fast track tribunals. That is again very important. So whenever there is a dispute arises, there should be a mechanism to fast track these cases. So therefore the issues can be settled. Use of proper surveillance mechanisms, use of digital surveillance mechanisms, CCTV cameras and other installations which could monitor all those things. So an element of accountability can be brought in. Digital documentation, anyone who crosses the border, complete digital documentation so that it can be verified in the later stages as well. Proper coordination with relevant ministries and departments, because once they enter as an illegal migrant, then probably they are also getting the forged documents. So it also requires proper coordination with other ministries and departments so that they are not getting the forged documents that allow the illegal migrants to settle down in the particular state. Awareness among the general public, reward mechanisms for reporting illegal migrants. So this is again important. People should have the general awareness, because a good governance is not only about the government delivering its services, but also the people's participation in the process. So both has to go hand in hand. So this awareness generations and people participation reporting is also very important. All right, so all these steps are all indicative in nature. So you can come up with your own ideas, but this is a broader framework that is trying to give. So therefore, the entire case study is a very simple thing revolving around ethics in public administration and how Ramesh is able to handle his conflict of interest and show courage of conviction in performance of what is called as his duties in line with the professional integrity. So this is what is this case study all about. I'm sure that this case study approach that you have shown here will be really useful to the students. So in this way, we'll do a lot of case studies. In case of any queries or any questions, you can reach out to me either through my Instagram account or through my Telegram channel. Thank you very much and all the very best.